Let's see what an oxidizing agent and a reducing agent is. The key word here is agent. What is an agent? Let's see an example. We have a bee. Now, bees carry pollen grains from one flower to another. So, they become like the agents of pollination. Similarly, an agent is someone that makes things possible. So, what will an oxidizing agent be? An oxidizing agent will be something that makes oxidation happen. Oxidizing agent makes oxidation possible. And similarly, a reducing agent will be one that makes reduction possible. Reducing agent makes reduction possible. Let's see how reducing agent and oxidizing agents work. So we have an example here where magnesium reacts with chlorine to give magnesium chloride. Is this balanced? Yeah, it's balanced. Let's see what's happening here. So magnesium is giving away 2 electrons to chlorine. So magnesium is getting oxidized because it is losing electrons. We know from this rule that oxidation is loss of electrons. So magnesium is losing electrons, it's getting oxidized, and reduction is gain of electrons. Chlorine is gaining electrons, so it is getting reduced. If magnesium is giving out electrons, there should be something that is going to receive those electrons. So chlorine is doing that work. Chlorine is receiving those electrons. If chlorine was not here, then magnesium wouldn't have been able to lose electrons, because once magnesium loses electrons, it cannot just throw those electrons in air. There should be an atom to receive electron. So what is chlorine doing here? Chlorine is making oxidation possible by gaining these electrons. Therefore, because chlorine is making oxidation happen, therefore chlorine is the oxidizing agent. Chlorine is the oxidizing agent. It makes oxidation happen. And what about magnesium? So, chlorine is getting reduced because it is accepting electrons from magnesium. If magnesium doesn't donate electrons, then chlorine cannot accept electrons to get reduced. Therefore, magnesium is making a reduction happen, or it is the reducing agent. So here we can see that the substance getting oxidized is the reducing agent, the substance getting reduced is the oxidizing agent. Can we write the charges on various entities here? Magnesium is an atom, charge is 0. Chlorine is a molecule, charge is 0. This is an ionic compound, chloride is -1 and magnesium is +2. So magnesium oxidation number is increasing, or the charge is increasing. So it is getting oxidized. Chlorine, the charge is decreasing. So it is getting reduced. Therefore, magnesium is the reducing agent. Chlorine is the oxidizing agent. Let's see a few more examples now. In this example, lead oxide reacts with carbon to give lead and carbon monoxide. This is a very common question in board exams. So let's see how to solve this. We have to find out the substance which is getting oxidized, substance which is getting reduced, the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent. We must remember that all 4 of these are always going to lie on the side of the reactants. Let's see how. So in this case, carbon is gaining oxygen. Carbon is gaining oxygen to form carbon monoxide. So gain of oxygen is oxidation. Carbon is getting oxidized. And Lead oxide. Here, lead oxide is losing oxygen to form lead. So, loss of oxygen is reduction. Now that we know that the substance getting oxidized and reduced, we can find out the oxidizing agent denoted as OA and reducing agent denoted as RA. So oxidizing agent will be the substance getting reduced, which is PbO. Reducing agent will be the substance getting oxidized, which is carbon. So I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next example. Ferric oxide reacts with aluminium to give aluminium oxide and iron. What is happening to aluminium? Aluminium is gaining oxygen. So aluminium is getting oxidized because gain of oxygen is oxidation. So aluminium is getting oxidized and ferric oxide is losing oxygen. Ferric oxide is losing oxygen to form iron. So loss of oxygen is again reduction. Now can we find out the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent? Yeah, the substance getting reduced will be the oxidizing agent. So ferric oxide is the oxidizing agent. Substance getting oxidized will be the reducing agent. So aluminium is the reducing agent. Now the next example. So copper reacts with oxygen to give copper oxide. Here copper is gaining oxygen. That is very clear here. Since copper is gaining oxygen, that means that copper is getting oxidized. This is oxidation happening here. What can we say about oxygen? Well, if copper is getting oxidized, then there should be some substance which is going to accept the electrons that copper gives out. So oxygen is that substance. Can we write the charges here? This is an atom 0, molecule charge is 0, oxide ion charge is -2 and cupric ion or copper 2 ion charge is +2. So on oxygen, the oxidation number is decreasing. Therefore, oxygen is getting reduced. Oxygen is getting reduced. This is the process of reduction. So what is oxidizing agent? What is reducing agent? Oxidizing agent is oxygen because it is undergoing reduction, and reducing agent is copper because it is undergoing oxidation. So in these type of questions, many students make the mistake of writing this as oxidation reaction only. So that is not correct. Oxidation and reduction always occur in pairs. This reaction is very important from exam point of view also, and remember that this copper oxide is black in color. Copper oxide is black in color. Let's move on to the next example. Copper oxide reacts with hydrogen to give copper and water. So if we notice here, hydrogen is gaining oxygen. Hydrogen is gaining oxygen. So gain of oxygen is oxidation. And copper oxide is losing oxygen. So loss of oxygen is reduction. Now can you pause the video and tell me what the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent are? So oxidizing agent will be substance getting reduced, which is copper oxide. Reducing agent will be substance getting oxidized, which is hydrogen. Let's see another interesting example now. So in this example, manganese oxide is changing into manganese chloride. So this oxygen is being lost. So therefore, it is undergoing loss of oxygen, which is reduction. Manganese dioxide is losing oxygen to become manganese dichloride. So it's losing oxygen, and loss of oxygen is reduction. So this is reduction. Now, to find out what's happening to hydrogen chloride, let's write the charges here. So, chloride is -1, hydrogen is +1. And over here, chlorine is a molecule, so charge is 0. And here on oxygen it is -2, oxide, and H is +1. So here chlorine is changing from -1 to charge of 0. Since there is increase in oxidation number from -1 to 0, this is oxidation. So let's write the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent. Oxidizing agent will be MnO2 because it is getting reduced, and reducing agent will be HCl because it is getting oxidized. Let's see one more example, and I think it would be the final example. I think I have discussed enough examples now. The last example will be a little bit tricky. So here you can just pause the video for a few seconds and try it out on your own. I'm going ahead and solving it. So this looks like a very tough equation. I do not know how to solve this. If I see H2S, here H2S is becoming sulfur. So I think here H2S is losing hydrogen, and loss of hydrogen is oxidation. So H2S is getting oxidized because it is losing hydrogen. So this is oxidation. So it is obvious that HNO3 or nitric acid is going to be reduced. So nitric acid is forming NO. Nitric acid is being reduced. Why? How can we say that? Because oxidation and reduction always happen in pairs. So if H2S is getting oxidized, that means that the other substance is going to get reduced. We can also see this by the charges on these, or writing the oxidation number. Here nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state, and here it is in +2 oxidation state. So oxidation number is decreasing. That means it is reduction. We'll learn more about oxidation numbers in the upcoming videos. So what is the oxidizing agent here? It is substance getting reduced, or HNO3. And what is the reducing agent here? It is substance getting oxidized, or H2S. So I think that were some very important examples from exam point of view. I hope it helps you.